All right. This is the demo for Holder of Place, a roguelike auto battler. Currently available, demo only on Steam. But I've been fiddling around with it a little bit, seeing where I can mess with it. Maybe find some interesting combos. And up until this point, I'd only been messing with the Traveler, which is the first one you get. After you beat the game with the Traveler, then you get access to Fate's Beloved here, which is this guy who replaces all support followers with moths that have different abilities. The main ones that I'm focused on here, I have one that allows dead characters to attack one additional time, copying itself 3 times over, thanks to uh, the Moth of Obliteration, Annihilation, Absence, something like that, that lets me stack multiple traits onto one. So all of these guys will attack multiple times. And they're all also Fate's Beloved because of another moth that acts like a trait that marks them as such. Which means then that my entire board plus followers, thanks to a different moth, can attack after death. And thanks to where is it? This moth's ability, after Fate's Beloved attacks, give a random follower +1/+1 until end of combat. So that is any of these dead characters plus this character. Whenever they attack, a random follower gets +1/+1 until end of combat. I also have a moth doing the same thing that's not in frame at the moment because of the amount of summons. But between all of them, they're giving +3/+3 every time that any of them attack. Thanks to this guy, they're all attacking 5 times now or something. And then you have the Paladin to hold the line and sandbag the whole operation. As the last non-support follower alive, this follower will only take 1 damage from each attack. So it doesn't matter how much the enemy's attack scales. The +1/+1 from the other minions, or not minions, followers attack is enough to keep him going. So that way, that way he stays alive. He makes it so that all of these guys are able to continue attacking, which continues buffing his stats up. The only thing that's getting a little old is he's currently at 9,000 attack. Before I got that last moth for the +1/+1, he was only getting up to about 3,000 in these fights, and they were taking upwards of an hour. It's still quite a slog, even once you fast forward it. So I have adaptive on him, which is this follower will gain double the amount of stats just to help a little bit with that. He's getting +2/+2, so a little bit more attack scaling. After surviving combat, gain +1/+1. That works okay. It's really not enough scaling to matter at this point. And then Undying is also helpful for once each combat, revive back most position after death. If I come up against something where it deals damage to everyone, then that's a little bit of protection to make sure that he survives to where he gets his 1 damage at a time cap. And then it's also a little bit of insurance if something manages to shift one of the other characters out of position, he'll still wind up at the back of the line eventually. And he does come back with full stats. So that also helps in that would have potentially enough hit points at that point to take a hit. Although these stats are a little bit ridiculous on these guys. And I can only chunk her down by their attack, not mine. So, well, that's not entirely accurate. I would have to get through all of these guys, though. However, they're pretty effectively sandbagging her. At regular play speed, which this isn't exactly regular play speed, because I'm far enough into the game now that it's starting to not like running the calculations. But this just takes forever. So if I at least fast forward it, this will only take the better part of an hour at this point. But I'm just interested to see how far I can get this to go. So thanks for checking it out.